All right, we're gonna go into music, specifically cover songs, specifically covers that are better than the original.
Oh,
That's tough, isn't it?
I got a couple.
I have a
actually.
few too.
I got a couple.
Yeah, you guys think about it a little bit. I'll
Now,
just
when
say,
you say covers, are you saying they
they're not the original.
they did it like similar to the original, or they just took it and made their own thing? Because the first one that comes to mind is "Sound of Silence" by Disturbed. That's obviously
That's a cover.
That's
okay. Well, then
probably
that's definitely that's my
All right.
number one.
Well, all right. I'm going to name my number one. I think it's the best one ever made, and it is Johnny Cash "Hurt," which is not his original song. If you didn't know that,
Oh, that's right.
Really?
It's not.
it's 9 Inch Nails'
Yeah.
original song, which I love the original.
Really?
But Johnny Cash made that song his own.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite songs. There's kind of a story behind it. Like Trent Reznor didn't originally want to allow him to make that song because it's really personal and everything for him. But after a little bit, he gave the okay, and they sent him a video of it, of the music video, which is best music video I think ever I've seen. It's so powerful. But he said Trent said that he watched that video and just could not stop crying, and he said that song wasn't his anymore. It was Johnny Cash's.
That's awesome.
It was so good.
I mean, to be fair, he did so much better. I do agree.
I'm
Nine Inch
not
Nails,
saying
that's
that
not bad.
the original song is bad.
I'm not saying
really
it's
good,
bad either.
Yeah.
But man, that song is awesome.
It is very good.
So that's my number one cover of all time. But a couple other ones. I'm not a huge Metallica fan. I think they're maybe one of the most overrated bands ever.
I agree, actually.
But they
my
do.
Dad would fight you so hard on that.
Your dad?
My dad is
Oh.
obsessed with Metallica.
One phrase that describes
Okay,
Metallica
boomer.
better than anything else: quantity over quality. I think they've made like 1,000 songs. It's crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
That's crazy.
And they all sound very similar. But they have a song called "Whiskey in a Jar," which is a cover of an old like Celtic folk song,
I guess I did not know that.
and it's actually really good. It's one of my favorite songs of theirs. I think I went on YouTube and looked at the original song before, and it's not my thing, but that's a really good cover. I think that's totally way better. And while you're thinking, just maybe one more. All Along the Watchtower by the Jimi Hendrix Experience, which is a cover, actually, of a Bob Dylan song of the same title. So, and I think that one's fantastic, too. It's way better than the original. But I don't know. I like the idea of cover songs.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, does it have to change a bit more? Does it need to be, like, something unique for it to be worthwhile? Like, they make it their own style, that kind of stuff.
See,
like, what do you think about it?
I love it when they switch the genres because, like,
Yeah.
from Ashes to New, they did their quarantine covers. Is the first thing that pops into my head, and they did so many different covers of so many different songs, and I think they did better on most of them.
Cover songs, Chuck 'em.
Like the first one that comes to my mind is when they did the cover of "Beat It" by Michael Jackson, and I'm
really
like,
good
I'm not a huge Michael Jackson fan, anyways. I don't think his music's all that great, but their cover of that when they made it metal, I was like, this is perfect. I was like, I love this song now, and they did the same thing with Evanescence, "Bring Me to Life." They covered that. I'm like, they nailed that one. I thought
I don't know if you can beat the original, though.
Yeah.
for that one.
they did pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
if the original-
they're one of my
they did
favorite
good.
bands. They're one of my favorite
Sure.
bands. Like I obviously may be biased towards what they produce over
fine.
other bands, but all of their quarantine covers, I can't think of one where I remember thinking, okay, I actually like the original better. Like I think since they made it more their style, which I'm a huge fan of anyways. I love that metal style that they have. And so when they take these older songs and they modernize it and they make it like their own thing, I love it. So all their quarantine covers, I say, are like 10 out of 10. So that's one that comes to my mind. I'm sure you're a fan of them as well.
Yes,
Interesting.
no, that's definitely on my list too. I think all those covers have been really good. Another like band that comes to mind, I think they just do covers. I just recently heard about them. Is State of Mind. They do a cover of Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks, which I really like. And then they do another a Rascal Flatts song. Which one is it? It's the I can't think of it right now, but it's really good too. And then another band or group, it's not band, but a group that I really like and I've always liked for ever now. They're called the Italo Brothers, and they're a
Oh.
German band, or not band, but they're like a kind of EDM kind of, you know, that kind of stuff. And they do a lot of covers of like foreign music, and like they'll
Covers or remixes?
that
Because those are
kind of
different.
both. So
Because
they
if
do,
they're EDM, a lot of that's remix.
they do
That's
both,
true.
but like so for example, the one that I think of is called "My Life Is a Party," and it's a cover of the what is it, Numa Numa, I think it's called.
Numa
The
Numa.
Numa Numa
Yeah.
song. It's a meme song. Yeah.
So yeah, but
So I would probably say that's a remix.
you think so?
A mix. I would call that a mix. Yeah.
I just love how Logan's first
These are
one.
they're
It's a beat
DJs.
song.
I'm assuming they're DJs.
yeah,
Yeah, those are
They're-
mixes.
they
Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
those. But
Yeah, he's had me listen to a few of their songs before. They're not bad. Like
Postmodern Jukebox is great. I do. I love.
trying to think
I
of
love
other ones.
Postmodern.
I'm trying to think.
Oh.
What's the,
I got one. Year 3000 by Jonas Brothers. Or it's not
No.
a Jonas Brothers song. It's a
we're taking away your microphone privileges.
I knew we were gonna get some garbage when we were talking about music.
I
with
expected
Logan.
it as well, but not that bad. Who's the guy on YouTube? I forget his name. He does a bunch of covers of Disney songs. Those are pretty
Jonathan
good too.
Young.
There's a
That's
lot of
it.
them.
Jonathan
There's
Young.
a lot who do.
That's the one. Yeah, but that was the one. I
He
was thinking
does
of
rock
specifically.
covers
I-
of them.
does rock covers, and
Let's get down to
I
business.
love
I
the rock covers he does.
Yeah, they're really good.
Freaking
Yep.
Logan.
Have you?
That's a good one.
I don't know
Boy
if you guys
bands.
remember the band Alien Ant Farm.
I do remember
Smooth
the
Criminal.
name.
The
Oh,
Michael
yeah,
Jackson
They did a really good
cover.
cover of that.
That's amazing. Actually,
Yeah,
I think that's
that's
their
a-
only song. That's the only song I know them by. They're like a one hit wonder.
No,
like from
that's
early
a really good
2000,
one.
maybe late 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember. That song's fantastic though.
Oh, I forget the name of the band. There's someone posted it in my Twitch chat the other night. They're like, you have to listen to this, and they took Enter Sandman, and what other song was it? Crap, I can't remember. And they mixed them together. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, this works way too well.
There's a lot where they mix songs together
Hold
like
on,
that.
now I gotta look this up because otherwise it's gonna drive me absolutely insane. I don't remember. Oh, it was Enter Sandman and Don't Stop Believing, and it worked.
No.
It worked way too
thanks.
well.
I'm gonna
I-
listen to this now.
I'll after we're done here tonight, I'll show it to you. I'll pull it up on my YouTube app just so that way it's there and it's ready to go, so we don't forget. But it's called Rock Sugar. Don't Stop the Sandman is the name of the song. Someone posted it in my Twitch chat the other night. They're like, you just have to hear this because honestly, it does work incredibly well. And so I did. And my first thought was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, there's no reason why I should like this as much as I do.
Interesting.
And I mean, that's not really. It's kind of a cover, but they mashed up two songs. I mean, so it.
It's not really a cover. It's just a song mix.
But they also,
Because
they
they
did
didn't-
it themselves, so they covered it.
Sure.
So I mean, technically it's a cover, but it's also a mashup.
It's a mashup.
And
I would
so
call
I-
it a mashup, but so they sang it themselves though?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they sang it themselves,
Gotcha.
which is why I consider that to be a cover.
Yeah.
But it's also a mashup. It's weird. I don't know. It was really
Terraria,
good.
you're late.
I got another one quick.
Sure.
Terraria's
So-
late ban.
There is a band called NSP, and it's one of the Game Grumps is in it, and it was kind of like a parody band. Like they did a bunch of stupid.
Okay.
They did a bunch of like
You
stupid
should
like
be Terraria, but I
joke
forgive
songs.
you. We love you.
But a few years back, they did like a legitimate cover album of like a whole bunch of older songs, and so they did like "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd, "Everybody Wants to Rule the World," "Jump" by Van Halen, like those like older songs, and all of their covers of those are really good. Actually, I really like those a lot.
Interesting.
So
If we're gonna bring up like YouTubers that are singing stuff, can we bring up when Rhett and Link had Jack Black on to cover Christmas songs in different?
no, because it wasn't officially released.
Do you remember that though?
Yeah.
When he like made Silent Night metal, and it was just the funny. Like
Yeah.
Jack
Interesting.
Black, Silent Night.
You have anything, Weston? Cover songs?
See, I've been trying to think. Like, I don't listen to a whole lot of cover music usually. I really should, but I just haven't had a whole lot of time, especially lately, to sit down and just do a bunch
Sure.
of that. But I know I've heard a few that I've loved over time. I just cannot think for the life of me what their names are or
Yeah.
anything like that.
I mean, I don't go looking, or I don't listen to just cover music.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I'll
too.
find something, and then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, this is fantastic. So
Yeah.
I gotta add it, you know?
Oh,
Seether.
I got another one.
Seether has a good cover of I can't think of it. Careless Whisper.
Oh, yeah,
Their
I've
cover's
heard that.
pretty
Yeah.
good at that. I like.
I saw that live, actually,
Oh really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
at Laserfest.
Violet Orlandi's version of "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher" is
Ooh,
so good.
That is a good one.
I have heard that.
That honestly,
I still like the original better.
well, I love the
Oh, that
original,
song is so
but
good.
she took that and just nailed it. Like I honestly, her version of that song, I think is perfection, which I don't say much with a lot of things.
pretty good.
I would say that she just absolutely nailed it. Like that was her song after that, I think. I don't know.
I don't know if it's that good, but
I thought it was. Personally, I thought it was fantastic.
Almost done looking. Oh, another one is, I don't really listen to Pentatonics, but I think their version of Hallelujah is probably the definitive version of it.
well, I think the version is actually the cover. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I think that is the
The-
best version ever.
the original is like, the original like,
I was just gonna bring up that.
yeah, it wasn't like a hit at all.
No.
Like he wanted to make it, and then they're like, "This is not gonna do anything," and it didn't.
I guess I remember
And it
hearing
got
about that.
Covered, and the cover got famous.
and it was in
and-
Shrek.
Yeah, and then it was a Shrek.
That's why it was so
And
famous.
then
It was a
Pentatonics
Shrek.
covered it. Like it's like one of the most
They
covered
acapella
songs
cover everything
ever.
though. Yeah. But
I think that's probably my favorite I've heard. Is
there's a ranger at the door.
It's either a ranger at the door or the wind kind of blew through and hit the door, because that happens quite a bit too.
I think it's a ranger.
I don't see any after effects of
I would've
the
felt
curtains really blowing from that kind of
But yeah.
force,
The right one's moving right now.
but not at a level where it would have been. Like,
I think there's something
moving that.
different.
Trust me, it happens all the time.
There's
I don't
something
trust you,
different
though.
when
All right.
like actual established bands do covers
Mm-hmm.
instead of like YouTuber like musicians who that's what they do is covers for the most part.
Yeah.
Like that stuff's cool and all the power to them, But like when a band comes out, like what was I saying? Like Johnny Cash and just like
Yeah.
covers someone else's like established music. It's probably that's good too,
Sound
Like
of
that's
silence.
that's like that's good.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't like Simon and Garfunkel, so
I don't either.
I don't. Not a huge fan of the original. But I'm not a huge fan of the cover either. To be honest,
Really?
it's okay. It's good,
Oh,
but
I
I
love it,
don't
dude.
like Disturbed for the most part.
I love it.
I think it's a bit overrated.
The first time I heard it, I had like
It's a good
really
song,
good
though.
headphones on, and it was just like had that thing turned up. Spotify was going, and that came on, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like this is incredible," Especially the live performance of it on Conan when they did that.
Yeah, that's a really good
That I think is probably I like the live performance better than the recorded, like the studio recording.
one. I think another one
Jeff
kinda
Buckley,
similar
yeah.
to that is
That's
the,
the Hallelujah one.
Bad Wolves cover of Zombie.
Oh, that's a great one too. Yeah.
That's a good one.
See, I don't like the Cranberries, so
I like the Cranberries, or like that song "Zombie." I think it's better, but
See, I don't
That's
like the
just me.
Cranberries, so I think that Bad Wolves did way better.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bad Wolves, do you know they forced their lead singer out of the band?
Really?
Yeah, the record label.
for a good reason.
No, it was the record label was he was like tweeting out like all this conservative stuff. And they say we're
Oh,
not.
yeah.
They say you either leave the band, we don't want you part of this, or we drop the band altogether. And
So
so,
you drop the band, we'll go somewhere else.
and so
Yes.
they
No kidding.
the band got together like, hey, we want to stick with this record label because they're doing good for us, and so you're out. And so now because he was conservative, got kicked out of his own band and all this.
That's stupid.
It was kind of brushed under
dumb.
the rug, like a lot of that stuff would be. But
It's really dumb.
looking into it, I was like, are you kidding me? Like they kicked him out of the thing because of some tweets and his political views. Like that's stupid. But anyways, that's a whole different topic for a whole nother day.
Also, the Man Who Sold the World by Nirvana is actually a cover, which I think is better than the original. It's really good. I don't know if you've even heard the song, but that's a very good one.
I'm not a huge Nirvana fan. I don't listen to their stuff.
I'm not a huge either. Like I've heard it way too much to like. I don't want to listen to most Nirvana again
Yeah.
because I've just heard it too much. It's so overplayed. But radio kills music. But
That's true.
That's very true.
it's very true. I think that's a better song than the original.
It kind of reminds me. I saw a meme today. It was like every Christian radio station. And it was
Oh God.
it was literally like, and that was "God's Not Dead" by the Newsboys. Today we got a very inspirational story out of California. Megan has been struggling with health issues her whole life, and God has helped her out, and it's just been an awesome transformative time. Next up is "God's Not Dead" by the Newsboys. Keep it right back or stay here as we stay jamming to Christian music on K-Love. It was like, that's too accurate, because literally I think I've had several times where I've been in the car for more than a few hours and they've played the same song. Like,
Oh, good checkup.
there's like one song they play like right when I start driving, and then literally 45 minutes they play it again. And I'm
Radio kills music. That's a whole nother conversation that we'll have to have. But
Yeah, we
radio
absolutely
freaking
could.
destroys music. I hate
like, it
Absolutely.
really does.
it. That's why I don't listen to it anymore.
Well, there's also another thing that kills music too, and that's the fact that the entire music industry is controlled by teenage girls. Tell me I'm wrong. Whatever
Not actual teenage girls.
whatever's good on TikTok and whatever teenage girls want played on their Hot 100 or whatever,
Kinda
that's
that,
it.
Like Billie Eilish is kind
Like it's
It's just
trash
mainstream
music.
crap.
It's
Yeah, it just
absolute
gets super
trash,
played
but
and
because it's like the middle
TikTok
and high
is
school
garbage
girls are
and
all for
just
it.
stay off it.
of. Yeah, I saw
But record companies are suck. But
I saw something today. It was Billie Eilish was in an interview, and she's like, "You give an ugly guy a
Oh my
chance
God, I
with
saw
a
that.
pretty girl. He thinks he's the king of the world." And then it cuts to this kid just sitting in his like laying in his bed, and he goes, "You give an emo girl auto tune, and she thinks she rules the world."
Yeah, I saw
was
that.
like, okay, that's pretty good.
I did see that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not a fan of her at all.
No,
she's a moron.
she's a moron.
Awful.
All her songs are the same.
Are there any other music things you want to touch on then before we
I'm
move
good
on, or-
unless you guys got some more.
I think I'm good.
Okay.